Today, with our brand new subscription box, which is number 37, as we can see, it's all about the pop-out characters. You can make super fun cards like that. Look at that one, the teddy bear. Now, trust me, these are so simple to make. So what we are going to do, we're going to bring in a piece of white smooth stamping card that I have got within my stash, and I know you do as well. So what I have done here, it's 5 by 7, the card blank once it's folded over. So just to give you that proper measurement, it is of course 7 inches by 10. Now what I've also done here, now I know this bit's going to be really hard to see on the card blank, but halfway I've done a little score line there and there. So at the 5-inch mark, I've done a little score line. So what we can do, let's see if we can see that once we're there. There we go, there we are, right in there. Now what that's going to do is we're bringing in the worker die here, which is with the teddy bear. So let's take the teddy bear off, or it could just be a bear, or do you know what? It could be any of the characters that you like. We are then going to sit this onto our card. Now there's 2 little notches where my fingers are, side by side. So what I'm going to do is I'm lining that up with my score line at the side. Now it is really essential that your cardstock doesn't have a score line all the way across, and I will explain that just in a moment. So we're going to line that up with my score lines, and we're going to tape it into place so it's nice and secure. So if I take this side here, now because of the size of my cardstock, I'm using my large Gemini, but if you're doing smaller cards, if the width of your card is less than 6 inches, then these will absolutely go through your Gemini Junior, or even your MIDI for that factor. So as that goes through, that's then cutting out part of the elements, but it's keeping some of the bits in place. That's what's going to create the pop out. So we'll bring this one out here. So if I then take my plate configuration, and we're going to move that to the side for now. So I'm carefully going to peel this top bit off there. So if we just take this one off there, and then carefully just taking that one off there. If you get a little bit of tape, we're just slowly taking that one off. Now you'll see here that it's nicely die cut, but then in a few little points, it's held in place. So it's really hard to see the little score line, but they're already done for you. So this is where it's enabling you to make the pop-out element. So what we're going to do at this point here is I'm going to start to fold the 2 score lines that I've already done halfway, and then I'm going to push what will be the feet up. So we're pushing them up. We are then going to peel back the legs. And the score lines, because they're all there for you, you're going to take your little bit of time. There's never any rush to do these ones here, because it's all about having fun and getting that pop-out element. And then, as simple as that, bending the legs back, then we can then slowly start to maneuver that so it's back into place. And then what that does is that creates the pop-out. So as I say, we take that little bit of time, give that a helping hand. We're going to fold that one over. Same with this score line here. Fold in. And then this then gives you the pop-out mechanism. So now what we can then do is maybe a piece of the cardstock that you've got within the craft kit. Or what I'm also going to do is bringing in, this time I'm going to bring in another piece of white smooth stamping card. And I'm going to come in with my stamping plate, my stamping platform, and we're going to come in with this die again. But what I want to do, pop it over the top. I'm not too concerned about these top bits here, because all that I want is the head, and I also want the feet at the base. So let's run this one through into our cardstock here. Now the reason we're doing this is also going to strengthen the actual pop-out element, because where we've got the score lines on this one, we're going to snip them away. This is then going to mirror directly onto the pop-out mechanism we've done. Gives it extra strength, makes it more robust, because let's face it, so many people are going to be playing with these cards once they actually receive them. So we can then remove this one out the way, and then what we can then do this is the part that we want, so we can discard all of that. I'm going to bring the working in so that we've got it here, and then bringing in our tiny little scissors, what we're going to do is finish off the edge there, and then where we've got that little score line at the top, we can take that away. This is where we're bringing in our stamps now. So we're going to bring in our platform as well as our mat. Now I'm going to bring in the head of the teddy bear. I'm going to pop that into place, and then so that I've got it ready, I'm going to take the two little feet to the side, and I'm also going to take two little paws. Now what I will do is, let's bring the back of this one here so you can see even the little paws are included as well. How fun is that? So we can then move them ones here, and then we can move that here, and let's bring in our Noir Black alcohol proof, because I'm going to use my tri-blends to colour in this one. So stamping it out, I'm going to bring in our layer that we've cut. Going to pop that straight over the top to line up, and this is where your purple mat underneath is really going to help, because it's going to give you a guide to follow. So we can then pop that one up. Look at that! How cute is that? It's like a smiley little teddy bear. Then we can then take one of the other paws, and I'm going to stamp that one out, and then we can then pop that one over there. Now you do have the paws here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same one. So we can then use the same one for both feet. We can then come into play here. So now we can see how it's starting to come together. Then the last two bits I'm going to do is, let's bring in the paw. We can do the same there. So let's stamp to one side, and you've got the little curve at the side where we are then going to press. I'm going to do the same here to the other side, and we're going to press there. And then what we can then do is, using our tri-blends, and I'm going to tell you which one I used in case you're wanting to do them the same colour as me. I have used my citrus blend, my earth brown shade, my aqua blue, and my burnt orange for the complete layering of the pop out. So I would colour it in, and then what we need to do is do the sentiment. Now, when it comes to the stamp set on the sentiment, you've got all these different ones that you can choose from. Happy birthday, good luck, or even surprise. Nice little pop out when it comes to the surprise. So let's bring this one back into place here. Then what I'm going to do is all these additional elements here. So I've got a banner. Now I've stamped the word happy birthday out separately, so that can go to the side. Then bringing in my card blank from the craft kit, which comes included, we've got our card blank, and I'm going to also bring out our pop out that we can see there. So let's bring in our tape runner for this one. We're going to then come in here, and I'm going to use my tape runner. Now it's key that we don't go into the center part. So I'm popping my adhesive all the way around. Let's get that pop out going. We can then flatten that, and then I'm going to come in to the score line of the card blank, and I'm going to press. And then once we've got that exactly where I want, we can fold it over and press. Now this is where we've got the pop out coming. Look at that. Love that. So much fun, but it comes even better when we bring in our stamped and coloured image. So I'm going to go in with my tape runner. We're going to go all over. We can go all over the full backing of it, because what we're then going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to shadow press that right over the top. Remember how I said this is going to strengthen it? Because we've got two layers of card. Because we've put that second one in, we need to give that a little bit more of a helping hand. So press our adhesive, and then we can press the legs, pull in the neck, and then this is where we're going to fold it over. So fold in the legs once again, taking your time, because there's never any rush with these ones. Fold it, press, and then we've got our pop out. So let's take all my last remaining layers here. So I've got some of our pattern paper we've got from our block, but then we can then take these last few bits. I've already mat and layered these all together. So I'm going to come in now with my tape runner, And then by simply layering them up, so we can pop this one in, pop the leg back on. I'm going to do a little panel, and I'm going to do like a little bit of a crisscross design. It's as if the bear is sitting on a field of grass. So, you know, you can imagine there it's maybe, you know, in the wild, chomping at its food, looking after its babies, maybe just sunbathing in the sun. But you can have lots of fun when it comes to the pattern paper. I'm going to line this one up to the top. Let's come in with the last few bits. And what's good about these ones is you don't need to do too much to them. You want the pop-out mechanism to do the shouting. That's what's going to give you the surprise aspect. So we can pop that one in. So there is the workings of our pop-out that we can see here. Then what we can then do, last bit on the top, let's come in with our tape runner. And then as you've seen a moment ago, where I've already pre-stamped, let's unfold that to make that bit easier. So what we can do, press that in, then take the last remaining bits. So I've got my strip. So this is the cardstock that also comes within the craft kit. So we can press that right within the middle there. And then last piece, let's take our tape runner into place. And you know what? Because we can, we've also got the balloons within the set. So this is where the burnt oranges come in. I'm going to overlay that one. And then last two, and this is where the yellow or the citrus and the blue come in. And we'll make a little bit of a feature on the top. Let's do a little bit of tucking in. There, and then there. So I'm going to give that a little bit of a flatten. And then if we have that sitting up right, what we can do is pop it out, and then we've got our pop-out teddy bear. So there we go. That's one of the styles that you can be making that is part of Sub Box 37, the pop-out character kits.